One of the questions which Michael Chejov was asked most frequently was, how can the actor overcome inhibitions? Inhibitions which hamper his or her work upon the stage or screen. Chejov had many ways to work with this problem, of course, but during one of his classes, he offered the following suggestions.
Every inhibition, every disturbing thing within us is somehow connected with other inhibitions. So if we shall be happy, to kill them, even to a certain extent, it will further very much our work upon the positive side of our method. So I would suggest once to go in your mind, go over all your inhibitions, personal and general, and see how they are connected with one another, and see what means can be used to get rid of them. But actually the main thing which can free us from all kinds of inhibitions, of course it will take time, is not to allow them, these inhibitions, whatever form they have, whatever psychological face they have, or rather visage, not to allow them to distract our attention from something which is necessary at the moment. As soon as we feel that something is uncomfortable, immediately try to find out, even during the performance, if necessary, what is it I can concentrate my attention upon, which would be right and legal and belong to the play, to the character, to everything. As soon as my attention again is concentrated on something positive, it is a tremendously strong means of killing any kind of inhibition. But again, it requires certain effort, certain experience. Instead of losing time in being worried about something which happened within me, concentrate on something. Even if you cannot find immediately something which might attract your attention, or rather to which you might attract your own attention to be concentrated, which belongs to your part, to your character, to the situation, to everything, at least something. Let us say for a half a minute, I begin to feel some inhibition, some uncomfortable thing. Concentrate on anything you wish, if there is nothing better, on the nose of your partner, just for 30 seconds. And try really to see it. What is the shape of the nose? Oh, it might be great if there is nothing better. There are exercises, many exercises, on concentrating, on training our concentration, power of concentration. But to be really concentrated means in an instant to send ourselves toward the thing we are concentrating. For instance, I'm smoking on the stage and some inhibition comes, I might concentrate on this tip of my cigarette, meaning that my whole being is there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So just to do this thing instinctively, naturally, and that will be very helpful. And instead of starting floundering and losing oneself more and more, we collect ourselves, and then it is a great relief. Let us take, for instance, the problem of what we call ensemble feeling. The lack of ensemble feeling is one of the greatest inhibitions. Under ensemble feeling, we usually understand our connection, our open-heartedness toward our partners. This is true, of course. And it is true that if our partners do not meet us halfway and are isolated, our efforts to establish contact with them is hampered very much naturally, but still, as we spoke about it long ago, still one might establish almost a perfect contact with other people on the stage, with other partners, even if others do not answer us. So we know this point. Of course, we have to open ourselves, as we have spoken many times, and try to find friendly connection to our partners. But how often? And it is quite natural, quite legal thing, but still it must be fought somehow. One of our partners we like more than the other. It is already a pitfall. As a human being or as an artist, you're the same. I am more sympathetic to one and slightly disturbed by the other. This is a tremendous inhibition which we do not notice because it's so natural. Absolutely. Why should I be more warm and human to somebody whom perhaps I meet for the first time? And the other one with whom I played already, that I like him or her, and we have already contact established long ago. That must be also defeated. The feeling of ensemble is the thing which requires from us this friendly connection to every one of our partners. We might even forget after the performance is over. I go to have a cup of coffee with my friend and not with somebody, a member of the cast whom I don't like very much or am indifferent. But while on the stage rehearsing or performing, I have to find this inner power to be as friendly inwardly toward everyone, regardless of personal attitude. And we spoke very often about the way how to do it. We spoke about opening ourselves, inviting the partner within me without the fear and so on. But there's another thing which can help very much. But it requires also a little effort at first, and then you will see how it helps and you will start loving it. Let us try to enjoy his acting, which is easier for us than to accept him or her as a person or as an actor. Now you might say, but if he or she acts not good, really not good, even then, try to find moments, at least something which you like. Just one little thing. You will see that in a few minutes or during the next performance, I can't foresee it, neither you can. You will find more and more things which you like in your partners. The effort to enjoy his acting, which is very professional thing, will open these mysterious doors where everyone is connected with everybody else. So those means are very good to establish the ensemble feeling in a broader sense. Now, another thing, as I said, connected to all these inhibitions are keen to each other, cousins, friends, papas, mamas, all the whole big family of these enemies of ours. We speak sometimes about the atmosphere, and we feel that there is no atmosphere, and perhaps it would be nice if the atmosphere would be there. At least for me, if others do not recognize it. And we always spoke about the atmosphere, but we have to imagine these objectively floating feelings in the space around us. That's correct. But the atmosphere is created also by things, by the furniture, by the distribution of these things, by the walls, by the colors, shapes, and so on. So, when we try to establish the contact, the feeling of ensemble with the room, with the setting, we are already moving toward the possible atmosphere, even if only you alone will enjoy it to a certain degree. Of course, everybody should help us. But the atmosphere which rises from the surrounding is a tremendous power if you will pay attention to it. So we started with a feeling of ensemble. Now, quite organically, we came to the question of the atmosphere. The third thing, these cousins and papas, mamas, and grandmothers and grandfathers of this family of inhibitions, can we really be present on the stage if we are not friends with these windows and chairs and everything? We cannot. Just think of it, imagine, and you will see the more things around you are foreign to you, the less you are present on the stage. Your presence is somewhere else, but not here. And then again, this terrible thing, isolation comes. I'm not present. The things around me are foreign to me. Who is on the stage acting? I'm not sure of myself. Why? Because I'm not present. So even this inhibition, which you might call not to be fully present on the stage, is also connected with this feeling of ensemble from which we started. And this other guy, not me, who is on the stage because I am not present on the stage, this other guy, half of my being, as soon as it is only half of my being or part of my being, it becomes my enemy. I myself become my own enemy. I have no contact with whom? With myself. This is the most torturing thing. Instead of being occupied with things around me, with a partner whose acting I try to appreciate, to evaluate, to find the best within it, my attention is floundering somewhere else. And then I begin to be suspicious of my partners, or they don't like my performance. I hate you for that. And I begin to dislike the audience. Say tonight is a very bad audience. Don't you think so? So everybody is guilty but myself. But if I establish this contact starting with the chairs and doors and the costume and so on, this uncertainty disappears more and more because I am present more and more here. I do not depend actually on anybody, and the audience suddenly becomes a nice audience tonight. And the partners are very nice people. Everything seems to be different. Just from this little attempt to establish the contact with things, properties, costume, everything. And in movies, for instance, not infrequently I hear from my friends who are coming to me for coaching or something, they say, sometimes I feel the camera and no audience. I need audience, and it disturbs me. Of course, we always need audience, because our profession is of such kind that we are playing for the spectator and actually with the spectator. The best audience, really the best audience in the world, are stagehands. We must perform for them in movies. They know us. I don't know English expression. And they appreciate really everything which is more or less good. They are specialists, and there are no equal specialists than they are. Perform for them, definitely, and you will see how much they will help you. So this fear, this uncertainty will disappear more and more if we want to find these kind of inhibitions I mentioned.